qualifier tournament for TI. The last chance qualifier was very recently. But they've been performing really good regardless. The reason, I think they look very prepared. We see both the teams starting out here. Hokori going with the smoke out, Liquid not going with the smoke outs.
I'm curious I'm curious to know why some of these teams opt for the smoke versus not. If it's just, you know, they want to start making these skirmishes earlier out on the map, and that's why they're holding on to it. Because we are seeing some teams opting to do it and some not. And I'd be really curious if we ever get the chance to have an interview. I'm sure eventually we will. I'm not sure if anyone's going to ask that question, though.
No, I mean, the reasoning is there. It's that you expend one smoke to do it, so it's very costly to get rid of that. However, I think the advantage of knowing that your wards are almost guaranteed to not be spotted when you place them down is really big. You also get there faster, able to put down wards that might spot the enemy wards, which can be super big value. So personally, I think it does justify itself, that one smoke usage.
I'd be curious to see what the stats are on the this one smoke usage too at the beginning of the game, if it does give you that little bit of an edge or not. But yeah. Some skirmishing down here on this bottom rune spot, and skirmish up top too. Just gonna bounce around that little nut from the tree shot.
Oh, interesting. Oh no, dirty Liquid, dirty. Putting the mid lone druid. Oh, that's not fun for Puck at all. This is a terrifying lane to go into. Okay, lone druid should be destroying mid lane. This is a super difficult matchup for Puck.
Okay, can you elaborate for our viewers why this is going to be such an issue for Analog?
It's very hard because Puck doesn't have a good way to deal with the bear running at him. He has low armor. Puck just has one starting armor, so getting hit by the bear, who has a Blightstone as well, he goes down to -1, and when he gets entangled, that damage over time is going to be some serious harass. Meanwhile, he can't harass the lone druid back that well. Yeah, you can spam some illusory orbs, but mainly you have to use them for CSing, like right there. And lone druid has sustainability. He's going to heal when his bear is hitting things. So overtime harassment is not very effective against the lone druid. So for many different reasons, this lane, it will just be most likely Matumba's show here on the mid lane. Unless Analog can pull some really big plays.
So I'm curious about what you just said, you know, here, saying Analog's going to have a difficult time. That's going to mean that Matumba Man is going to be able to get all the farm that he wants, but I also feel like Puck is one of those heroes that does like to play, like, very tempo, and will probably rotate once they get the 6 online, because in these other lanes, you know, they're doing pretty well. The bottom lane here, too, putting harass over onto Mickey and Boxy. Again, Nick's not the strongest of laners, but do have that little bit of a shift, and he will have partners to be able to make things happen when he gets that level 6 to recover. Is this still a huge issue, or do you think it's a manageable one? Although, again, you don't want Matumba Man to get a lot of free farm.
The lone druid will be a massive issue, and the way mid lane is gonna go most likely will be a problem for them. But so far, like you said, they're starting out really good on the side lanes. Lumiere is getting great CSing here on his Bloodseeker, getting quite a bit of speed from the fact that they're constantly trading hits on bottom lane as well. So the other lanes are playing into helping him have an advantage here on top lane as Bloodseeker. Already running at like 440 movement speed here, only with level 1 Thirst. So great start for him, but yeah, while Puck does rotate early and wants to like participate and take fights, you usually want to do that with good items as well. You want to get your Witchblade, you want to get that early blink timing. So we'll see if he's able to get away decently. So far, nice CSing by him overall though. 11 and 2 against the 11 and 6, so not really falling behind, even though he is getting harassed quite a bit.
I'm curious if we're going to see the supports rotate to try to secure these runes, because of the fact this Puck is having some problems in this mid lane. Every little bit of regen that he can get is going to be helpful. Yeah,
the runes will be super important for him, for sure. We might see some rotations for the water runes, but more likely it's just going to be a minute 6 rune that we will see get contested.
Top lane, Scatterblast over onto Lumiere. Is sitting very low. He's gonna try to juke around, though, hoping that they're not gonna be able to find him. Does end up walking right near Zai, so that's gonna be a double kill for the Zai Broodmother. Not the start that they want in this top lane.
that was the recovery that Zai needed, because he didn't have the perfect start to the lane, but now with a double kill, as well as recovering his CS quite well, and creeps being lost under tower after they died there. Very costly for them on the side of Hokori. And Insania going out to kill this stack, he's just farming it. So the stacked small camp, he's making sure that it's not going to be an issue for them by going out there and just using his scatter blast. He's going to kill the entire camp.
That's one way to deal with it. We talked about, which game was it? There was a Broodmother, oh, it was, oh gosh, we've seen so much Dota, I'm so sorry guys. But there was a Broodmother, and then there was just, someone was always clearing the camps just a little bit ahead of, the safe lane core.
You're thinking the game where Ame was playing his Naga Siren. Oh, Lumiere in trouble again.
Oh, Lumiere.
Gotta get out
Silence, though. The Tombstone does buy them a little bit of time as Gardic chasing after Insania will be able to punch him. So he gets the kill. Now Zai left alone. Lumiere, he's very speedy while this is going down. Boxy gets kill on Theolacore. Feels like they want to try to put this pressure down on Zai, but they don't want to dive the tower. They'll respect it.
I like the Ring of Regen, or Ring of Health on the Pangolier on bottom, just trying to survive better in this lane, because he's taking a lot of harassment from the Hoodwink as well as the Brewmaster. So recognizing he needs some way to survive throughout all this, and then gonna go back for probably the Falcon Blade even as his next item.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that too, because when you consider that there's a Bloodseeker in the game, it adds an extra layer, right, to what you have to be wary of. Kind of like how an Invis hero, you know, you have to buy yourself the detection. When you have the Bloodseeker in the game, you have to make sure that your team doesn't fall too low and give him that extra bit of thirst.
Yeah, it's important. I mean, your teammates will let you know in competitive Dota. They'll be like, what are you guys doing on the other lane? Why is Bloodseeker so fast? You know, like, that call out will always happen in competitive games. Like, keep the Bloodseeker slow, please, so I can win my lane. And speaking of winning lane,
Gardic, though, should be able to walk away. Zai going a little bit for a dive, though, but the blood right on the ground is going to make them rethink, as he did take a tower shot. So, again, nice amount of harass going back and forth in this lane, but there's a rotation from the Theolacore. Sees himself, Zai goes in for the bushwhack.
Oh no,
quite landed, though. They might have to turn their attention now to Insania, but no. With that little miss, you're going to see the Theolacore just wander back and over in the mid lane.
It wasn't a miss though, it was the tombstone. They messed it up. He killed the tree with the tombstone.
Oh no. Mickey finding the kill on Vitaly in the bottom lane, meanwhile, and we'll be able to secure up the haste rune here for Analog. Gonna put the pressure over onto Boxy, give a couple clicks, and just jump in front of him. Spike Carapace, though, be able to keep him alive a little bit longer. Go for that Dream Coil. So he's gonna use the salve. This is looking very scary now for Analog. He's got to get out of there, and he's got to get out of there now. Again, another hit there. This time, not gonna mess it up. We'll be able to get the kill using that bushwhack, but we'll end up losing Theolacore.
Yeah, Matumba Man getting that kill in the end. Top lane, the Bloodseeker is doing pretty well again now, though, with his face boots. Able to get back in CS, and Broodmother, while she has a good start, not able to pressure him too hard yet. He's a very tanky hero, and look at Matumba, he's just going in there.
He knows that he's strong against this puck. Back the Theolacore jumping, or rather teleporting back in. Gonna try to slow down this bear, but Analog just being harassed constantly.
Yeah, this move by Matumba is certainly him just trying to be as active as possible. Trying to find the Undying here.
He again being used. Gardic, though, dropping the tombstone. Has the soul rip. Is still alive. And Theolacore jumping in should be able to help Lumiere finish off Insania. As Gardic does go down. Now Zai throwing down the webs, trying to get away. Yep, there's the waning rift to open it up. The coil gets used into the blood right. Zai gonna be able to step around. Doesn't want to allow that extra damage, but this itsy bitsy spider is gonna get stopped.
Yeah, good rotation by Puck, but anytime you rotate, the Matumba Lone Druid is gonna go for the tower immediately. They use the glyph, they have it still, but this tower is soon to fall if they keep making these moves. So while Zai is going to be unhappy to go down there, first kill on him, it's still, you know, good space created.
Good cancel in the bottom lane. They still going to be able to force out the Primal Splits. They'll turn back around on Mickey. He's going to go for that Rolling Thunder and get himself away. Bounce back and forth, actually. Do a little bit of farming on his way out. But gonna heal up. Oh, they end up canceling that salve on Mickey, but There's too much stuff going on here in this middle lane as they're trying to keep this tower, trying to make sure that they don't get the final hit, but will be successful.
Yeah, tower goes down and he resummons, gets a healthy bear, but has to be careful now. If he dies now, it would be terrible for Matumba, but Or is still CD.
Oh, the cookie over onto 2. Very nicely done by the Snapfire. Gardic will fall, and Analog is going to be forced to run away.
And now they're moving the supports top and leaving Mickey alone bottom. Mickey even going for first item Lincoln Sphere here. He does not want to get ruptured. This is because of the Bloodseeker counter. You prioritize getting as soon as possible this Lincoln's and he's going to be fine.
We do have the Rupture available. I'm going to use it on Zai as he climbs into the trees. He'll look for with Bushwhack, so it's a quick pick, but the rest of the team on the side of Liquid is in this top lane.
That was an easy kill for them. He tried to juke the Bushwhack there by going down a little bit. Unfortunately, they saw him, so still landed.
Well, good read here. Oh, but they have the vision thanks to those spiders. So Lumiere not going to be able to teleport out. Try to run away. They've got the cookie hop, though, from Insania. Drop the blood right. Try to heal up again. They do have that soul rip. As now Puck joining in, uses the Dream Coil, only managing to get the bear. We're going to see if they can put some damage down on him at the very least, but it's going to take some doing. Boxy trying to get some more vision, drops Sentry, sees himself, Analog trying to go away, but there's going to be the hop followed up from the Impale, the Scatter Blast, Analog, he needs one more hit, and down he goes.
And they get the Tombstone as well, last hit to Matumba, 150 extra gold. Going for the tower now, and there's no way that Hokori can really hold on to this. They're trying to split push mid a bit with the Bloodseeker, but in comes Snapfire to pick that up.
He'll be able to grab himself the regen rune in the bottom lane. And he's got the Rupture up, so looks like he's going to go try to finish up the Maelstrom. And then perhaps try to make some plays with the Brewmaster, who does have the Primal Spit up and running.
Yeah, I think playing around him is going to be crucial here. The next Primal Split, they need to try and activate around that and get something going where they can perhaps get a tower afterwards. Hokori already losing 2 towers, and they're not in position yet to threaten a single tower. In fact, bottom tower has completely full health, untouched throughout this game due to the way Mickey has been playing down there.
How much closer are we getting here to this Witchblade? A little ways off for the Puck. Zai have here top lane. He's gonna have the Vladimirs as soon as that recipe comes out to him. Foxy doing a little bit of hunting. He's got the 2 fluffy hats, but they do have a sentry down. So if he gets a little too close, they'll be able to just run away on the side of Hokori. Yeah, and the pressure being placed on the bottom tower.
Exactly. Catapult well bottom, and they're playing around Brewmaster. This is what they need to do. Try and activate around their strongest hero. And strongest hero is actually Brewmaster now, despite being not the most farmed on his team. He just has that ulti and is very, very capable of taking a team fight right now. I don't think Liquid care, though. They just split push.
Uh-oh. Analog, the cookie hop bear is gonna get himself a little bit of a snack.
Their combos with Snapfire have been beautiful so far. Insania playing a very good game, playing around the Nyx and the Lone Druid really well.
They're smoked up on the side of Hokori, but I'm not sure. They can't take a full 5v5 sort of thing here. So Vitali is gonna be over here looking for Matu. We'll just drop the Cinder Brew. Start cleaning up the mid lane.
Stack. He wants to steal, but he doesn't have much time in the area because all of Hokori are moving over.
Box in a good position. Just kind of scouting out. Feels like Hokori are playing very reactive right now.
Yeah, they're being forced to, and top tower almost falling already, by the way. It's very low HP, so they're putting Puck here to try and keep the spiders off. Of course, good hero for bursting the spiders, but now Boxy sees that they're moving into their own jungle.
Korea? Oh no, he's got Vitali nearby. Get a nice little D ward off. Buck's just gonna teleport away.
Yeah, for now they're just kind of farming on the side of Hokori after he took the bottom tier 1 tower. They're just building up more farm. But I think this is the calm before the storm. Right now, Lone Druid only has that Mask of Madness, but once the Mask of Madness Desolator comes up, that's when the tempo is like relentless from the side of Liquid. So for now, they're not doing too much. They're just enjoying the space they have. But Hokori, I think they need to make more moves. I think they need to use the Brewmaster ulti. I'm concerned about every single minute that passes for them without something happening.
There. Gets a nice entangle. Tally's just being held in place. Let's be careful. While Insania finds this opening on Theolacor. Yeah, I'm not sure. I would like to see the side of Hokori just be a little bit more aggressive, but perhaps they're a bit too nervous, you know? They had a little bit of trouble for the mid lane for Analog. He did the best he could, but it's not much that you can do against a lone druid, especially Matu's lone druid.
The problem is it's hard to move in and take over their own jungle. There's Nyx sneaking around, there are spiders scouting, and there's, you know, all of Liquid are playing the area. So taking over the top jungle is a tall order for them right now, but they need to try, I think.
Yeah, they're smoked up over on Theolacor and Vitali, so they're going to make their way towards the top area. Tower's already gone. Not sure if you still want this engagement, Hokori. I mean, you do need one, but... Undyne will reveal himself first, drops the tomb. Try to get the bushwhack off over onto Matumba, and there it is. There's that split we talked about, but Matumba already out to safety. Foxy, though, has been left behind, so they have the vision, and they'll be able to get the clicks off with these Mortimer kisses coming in hot from Insania. We'll make sure that they can take down Gardic. And they're still just giving off some of these punches, but they're lacking in damage, it feels like. As okay, here comes Lumiere. He's got the Rupture up. He's going to be adding some of this damage, and as Matu tries to run away from the top, they already take down Mickey. The chase is not after Matu, and they have the cookie, but it's not enough. Lumiere joining into this fight. Insania does manage to get himself one more kill on the way out. But Lumiere, he's so fast. He's just going to chase after Insania and get himself a double kill.
Really nice for him there, coming in, doing some crucial damage on the Bloodseeker, and they did finally manage to utilize their abilities together. The Brewmaster ulti, the Puck ulti, Tombstone was dropped in a good location. Zai took a while for him to bring down the Tombstone, even though Broodmother is good at doing it. And while the fight looked like it could go Liquid's way, you could see that Maelstrom Bloodseeker coming in and just right-clicking everything down towards the end. Oh, that's by Carapace block on the Hoodwink ulti. I didn't see what happened to Hoodwink ulti during the fight, but he tanked the Spike Carapace Hoodwink ulti there as well. Very nice play by Nyx there.
I'd like to see more of those kind of interactions from Hokori, because Liquid, they're just having so much freedom to be able to farm, and they're still responding exceptionally well. Though mid lane, Vitali doesn't have that split right now.
The problem is the tempo. They don't have Brew ulti anymore now, so it will be difficult to go again. And that's why they're gonna go Roche. They're trying to force it.
They've got the Dream Coil. Alright, they're going. They find Insane. You get the Silence off, plus the Dream Coil, but the Spike Carapace, and plus the just follow up with the Impale. It's doing so much, as now Vitali, he doesn't have that split. Down for another 20-something. They'll drop the Tombstone, trying to just push them back, as Insane is somehow still alive after all is said and done. This bear chasing after Gardic, chews through Undying. And Lumiere and Theolacor, last two standing on the side of Hokori, they just have to back off. They can't stand here. They're going to go right back into the Roche pit on the side of Liquid.
Yeah, back to Roshan. They have good heroes for bringing it down fast too, with the Desolator and the Mask of Madness, as well as the Pango with the Q spam. It doesn't actually have the disarm yet, but Broodmother as well with her right clicks. They kill Roche pretty damn fast. No way for Hokori to get over here. So meanwhile, they're stacking up, trying to farm. And they do have Bloodseeker BKB Maelstrom now, going for the very classic build. They receive Nyx with a good save on his friend.
See that the Aegis picks up for Liquid. And I have to say, I like the way that Liquid is playing this. One of the things I think Hokori does exceptionally well a lot of the times, I was talking with Neff about this, he calls them the little fish, but they're good usually at getting these like pickoffs and forcing these engagements on this like further part of the map where there's, you know, nothing there, so they have to respond. And the way that Liquid is just playing though, because they are so close together, it's almost impossible for them to get these kind of pickoffs.
Yeah, Liquid are not really bleeding any unnecessary kill. They're moving very intelligently over the map and only playing the area that they want to be active in. So yeah, it's gonna be hard to get too many things for free against Liquid here in a sense. Matumba going in here.
There. that root off over on Lumiere, pops the BKB, turns right back around. He's got his eyes on Boxy. He's trying to get the front hood up, but he cannot do it. He doesn't have anything to cancel it out. So Lumiere is going to be forced to run away. Bushwhack over onto Mickey. They're going to throw out some of those Morty kisses. They've got so much range as Zai follows up here. Kay's got all these spiders. They're going to nibble away over onto Lumiere. Follow up from Mickey. The Cinderbrew gets dropped. It's not going to be enough. They'll end up losing the Bloodseeker. And the tower will get chewed down by Matu and his bear.
No creeps needed. Gonna take that tower very easily. They also, oh, they don't see. No, they do see the top D rune as well. So might go over and take down the bear and make even more moves. Mid tower, the tier 2 tower is not threatened.
Just have such nice heroes for this game here. As Analog, he's had such a difficult time. Boxy does show up. He's got the Spike Carapace. Analog still hiding over on the side. Got this courier handing over. Sania waiting patiently too as they do start putting the pressure with the double damage on this mid tower. Savage Roar gonna force them back. Analog TPing over to the mid lane. They want to try to blow up the bear.
They might get it. They're gonna get it.
Yeah, they'll use the Dream Coil. They do have a resummon though.
That's no coil now, so gonna be hard for Hokori to fight if Liquid identify this and go immediately mid. Of course, they did see it get used. It's just a matter of whether they're ready for the fight. I think they are, though. This is up. I don't see much reason why they would slow down. Also, with the Lincoln Sphere on Pango, it's very difficult for Hokori to stop the Pango from having good impact in the fights.
Yoka and Vitali do start moving forward, but again, Boxy immediately going into the Vendetta. Have the vision on Vitali. And they go, get the disarm off. They drop that the Wraith Pact here. A little bit of a cookie hop onto the wrong direction. They'll wait patiently. Vitali still holding on to the split.
Yeah, he held the split. They committed a Tombstone. That's all they really needed to use there. I mean, Hoodwink Ulti's gonna be up soon anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. But Liquid, knowing there's no Tombstone, it's almost as big impact as the Dream Call. They can again siege up for the mid tower, and it's going to go down very quickly here.
Go down the Cinderbrew, but the damage is done.
That is the only bear. If they can kill the bear, it would be big, but...
It's a hard thing to do. It's a tall order.
Certainly difficult. Bloodseeker now only 200 gold away from the shard. Once he finishes that, he's going to be very strong against the bear. Like I said, he is sort of a soft counter at least to Lone Rid.
Got the 6 Deso charges already on El Doge here from Matamba Man.
Yeah, already growing, getting more damage in the mix.
It's impressive. They're out-tempoing a South American team. That is not usually an easy thing to do.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Liquid's games, especially following them throughout the Last Chance qualifiers. And something that usually happened was that Liquid might struggle in the early phases of the game. But any game where they play Lone Rid, I feel that's not true. They're just always like on point with their aggression and movements.
Bear chasing after Vitali. And still holding on to the split. Boxy trying to get a little bit of information. Does see Theola Core. Yeah, it looks like Gardic is going to fall, and Theola Core is going to be next. 2 picked off here. So Vitali does end up using that split. Analog hanging on the back lines. Just like they don't quite necessarily want to take this fight, because they are missing their 2 supports on the side of Hokori. They'll pop that Lincoln's over on Mickey.
This is disaster for him. They used so much there. Brew Split is down, the Tombstone is down. Even though Undying is respawning, he's not ready to defend. So this bear is just going.
It just does get reclaimed on Matu, but it doesn't feel like anyone seems to care on the side of Liquid. They know that they're very powerful right now. But another Cinderbrew. A little bit of harassment coming out from Zai. Savage Roar. They'll put down the fort. They'll still protect that little bit left here on the racks.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Zany's courier does end up falling. It's going to be that medallion of courage.
Rack
No longer
still
available
has
because
90
Analog
HP. Still alive.
trying to like get their attention. I say that he's achieved some of that now. Back off a little bit on the side of Liquid.
Honestly, I like this from Liquid. Even though the Rax is like very, very close, and they could maybe have finished it off if they executed that a little bit differently. But the fact that they're like calmly backing out here and not getting greedy or blinded by the fact that, oh, the Rax is just one hit away. they're not giving an easy fight over to Hokori, but Hokori instead moving out with a smoke. No Bruce split, but they have good catch.
Do they see Zai? That's a question, because Zai's in a very good position. They don't have any wards, so Analog, smoke will pop, they can see him. Throw up the illusory open, they're just too slow. So they'll turn around, and this bear just chews through the Yola core, and long-range Snapfire Kisses coming in hot, forcing Hokori away. Zai, though, does end up getting silenced, as now Lumiere pops his BKB. Vitaly over here in the corner does not have the split. The spiders, they're chewing away on him. They get the hit, they get the stun. He's not going to be able to teleport out. It's a dead Brewmaster, and Liquid are just looking super fierce.
Yeah, I think Hokori are just not prepared for this Lone Druid game. I said it early in the draft that you have to respect Liquid and their Lone Druid. They play very well around it. Of course, it's not just all about that, but he does truly enable this hyper-aggressive objection-oriented gaming. You're just going for building after building. That's going to be mid-racks falling.
Top lane now under assault. Looks like Analog's trying to cut the wave a little bit, but it doesn't really matter here. Already have it. Nice stream coil jump in over onto multiples on the side of Liquid, but they need the follow-up. They need the damage, and Lumiere, he's trying. He's going after the bear. The Savage Roar, though, followed up with the disarm from the Swashbuckle, making things difficult. Okay, can they take down the bear once? Yes, there's one bear down. They need to get more, though. They need to get these creeps out of their base. Get rid of all these spider babies. Analog, feeling a little bit cheeky. Does manage to get another click off over on Snapfire. But they've already lost the tower.
Here on Bloodseeker, he couldn't chase, so they have to let them just walk out, and that's 2 lanes down.
They do have the split, though, up now on Brew. They are pushing out. Puck doesn't have the green coil for another 30. They're right on top of this ward.
Zai and Boxy are both staying close here, but they don't really want to fight. They're just staying around to try and block some smoke rotations towards top. So they're protecting Mickey by doing this.
Boxy, I think, did they see him with that?
They saw him. They saw him. He walked into sentry there a little bit.
I wasn't sure if they had the actual vision, though, tonight. Throw down the Cinder Brew, try to get rid of some of these spiders.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
I'm not sure what they do now on the side of Hokori. I feel like Liquid, they feel firmly in the driver's seat. But they're just grouping so closely together, they cannot get the pickoffs that Hokori likes. Bear? Savage Roar. Gardic just melts instantly. Bloodright's gonna get thrown down. Lumiere now. He's activates the double damage. He's got the BKB. See those Mortimer Kisses, though, coming in hot. As over on the back lines, they try to get the bear out. Rolling Thunder coming through. Will end up just stunning Lumiere into place. He is dead. No buyback on the Bloodseeker for 50-something seconds. They called it GG. They realized they should not have let this bear through because Liquid is gonna push every advantage and run away with the game.
I don't think you should ever see Liquid get a second phase, or not second phase, but like a second pick phase Lone Druid pickup. I think you ban that stuff maybe first phase, maybe in the or you ban it second phase, but you do not ignore Lone Druid against them. They played way too good. They're like one of the only teams that run Lone Druid, but when they run it, it looks so dominant. I don't think you can do this again. Like, Matumba is so confident on the hero. Also smart by them to put the matchup there, getting him against Puck mid.